Do you remember the first time you met the one love of your life? I know for me it wasn't as dramatic as when these guys met. It came when I least expected it. I remember our first date. I've been on a lot of dates. Dating was fun, I was young and beautiful. I always knew what to say just to keep the conversation interesting and got them hooked. I might or might not see them ever again. But the first date with him, it was the best because I didn't have to try. I wasn't trying to uplift the mood, to carry the conversation, to rack my brain to say back something intelligent. He provided an environment where I could just be myself, sit back and relax. How did he do it? He was being himself too, and all the jokes and truths about his upbringings, things I would consider secret and better keep to myself, but he told me all that, and I believe it wasn't even to impress me, but somehow, inadvertently, he made me feel safe and comfortable. I wonder if you know that this person is going to be the love of your life, whether it lasts forever or not. Would you wish you had met them earlier so your time together could be longer than it would have been? When you first meet that someone, do you have expectation? Or you meet someone first, then your brain envision a future together based on how attractive, funny, successful, and compatible that person is to you? Because I really didn't. I tried to keep my distance just so I didn't get attached too easily. I learned my lesson throughout my teens, haven't you? And I'm curious, if you ever been lucky enough to find that someone and be in a relationship with them for a long time, but unfortunately have to part ways, what is the reason you parted ways? I've been in a relationship a few times. Never once I found myself at a low bottom and desperate to leave. Leaving was always easy because again, I kept my distance.
Honestly, I couldn't even remember what are the breaking points in all those relationships. Why did I leave? But I believe it's always a series of events that led to that decision. It's never it's never like, you cheated on me, or you're so bad to my parents, or you never buy me flowers. I just I just woke up one day and decided to leave.
Mostly I could do this easily because I was always proactively looking for signs that he might not be treating me the way I deserve to be treated. So much so to the point where most relationships ended before month 4th. Am I toxic? Because it didn't come easy to me either. It took me years to mature enough to learn about my own values and slowly establish the bar. So I'm curious, if you ever leave someone, do you ask yourself that question? Why should I leave? And do you wonder long? And how long till you make it happen? In the internet world, couples break up always either because of a scandalous reason.
Johnny was hitting me, and he was hitting me hard and repeatedly.
Or they just part ways because
I
don't want anybody.
Who do you want?
You,
What?
you my best friend.
What do you say?
What?
when we first met, I was in the middle of college and he just graduated and worked an admin job. But I saw the potential in him. I saw in him the path where we'd rise up together. Maybe not in a few years. Nothing was built overnight, but eventually, we could take holidays whenever we wanted, wherever we wanted. And we wouldn't have to worry about bills, grocery, flight tickets, and not able to afford this or that. It just slowly sank in me that he was not that. He wasn't going the way where he would be the man I wished to nurture him to be, and he would never live up to that potential. Slowly, I realized he would not be the father of my child I once hoped he would be. Slowly but certainly, I realized he would never put me first, nor support me as I wholeheartedly did for him, that marriage would be out of the question. And I wasn't proud of myself either. My life drifted apart from the day I agreed my number to be shared. I never finished college. I started losing track. I ignored things that once was so close to me. Little things. I changed my best friend's number to another name and put his name under Bull instead. I no longer go out with my friends. In fact, can't in touch with anyone anymore. My life's focus changed so much and I got myself cornered. He didn't like the job I was in because there was too much drama about it. I took another lower paid job just to make him happy. He said we needed to save, so don't go waste money on things like a haircut or manicure. It all made sense. We never traveled, never ate out, never went on dates anymore. I never asked for a gift at any occasion. Of course, no flower, and the request almost came from me, convincing him our love was beyond this artificial materialism. I told him I was alright, we were still young, and there were bills to pay. But deep down, I also said it because I didn't think I could afford him any expensive gifts either, so I should have just said it in advance. And oh man, did he rigorously follow through the no gift, no nothing policy. Okay, I know some of you sees these slides of my life and immediately go, girl, this is a big red flag, you're so blinded. But most of the time it was a green flag too. Or was it because I had no boundaries, no self-respect, self-love, and I lowered the bar for him? That even a slight gesture from him would mean the world to me. Damn, I really don't know. I hated the feeling when I felt something was so wrong in my heart. It dropped a bit. I could feel the cold under my skin. I got chills. Maybe it was the unspoken disappointment, but I always allowed it to slide. And I always thought it would never happen again. He would try to be better. I would try to be better. Only he could understand me the way none other would. How painful it was to watch a beautiful and promising thing turn sour and resentful. When you first get together with someone, you two have two separate lives. But slowly, as growing close as a couple, one or both of you start to lose identity. And it wasn't always bad. You might learn some good habits and principles from the other. But I found myself doing things I might not like just to please him, so he would love me back and more. I found myself spending more time around the house, around the kitchen, and believed it was the only way I could support him to follow and fulfill his dream. Slowly, I lost all connection with the outside world. Slowly, I found myself financially and emotionally dependent on him. In this world now, I only had him. Without him, I would be completely, utmostly, bitterly, lonely, and truly alone. How did I let this happen? When did it even start? I look back. I have wasted 9 years of my life, my prime time. Who would be silly enough to stay 9 years in this condition? Every time the idea of leaving presents itself, my heart and my head had heated debate about the time, effort, love, feeling, money, opportunity involved, and everything that we did together. How could I eat at the same restaurant and not think this place once held so much memory of us? I've watched all the best movies and TV shows with him. How could I do that with someone else? I've shared all the secrets I kept my whole life with him, and it didn't come easily. At first, I once felt so embarrassed, ashamed to even start, but once we overcame that, I felt like we we became so close to each other that there was no war between us. How could I find courage to go over this even just one more time with anyone else? I had love with all the love I had in me. Could I ever do the same to anyone else? In the end, the more time I spent in this relationship, the more it felt impossible to leave. And I know deep in me, and many of you have at least once romanticized this idea of coming back to them even before leaving them because we think they are the one. Even after 9 years, we are still young. I look at him and I still see so much potential. I just wish I had given myself that same lenient look. Deep in my longing heart, I know that one day he will become the man I wish to see, the man that I was once side by side supporting, nurturing, loving. And when it happens, he will be with someone else. I won't be there to celebrate the victories with him. Someone else is going to reap the fruit I once grew. It's saddening, maddening, and a lot of self-blaming too. But it's okay. I've reached my limit. I finally came to terms with all of this, that it's better to go now than to waste some more years of my life to be with someone who wouldn't put me first. And maybe now I can start to learn how to put myself first. I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I know you'll be okay too.